Hi, so my name is Haley Cool, and I'm a nursing major for Mount St. Mary College. I'm currently in community nursing, and for our project in community nursing, we have to create a healthy people project. And so I chose nutrition and exercise, and I have a PowerPoint to go along with the project. So basically, based on the Healthy People 2030, there are different objectives that I believe nutrition and exercise should be met. And these objectives are to increase the number of states that have state level policies that incentivize food retail outlets to provide foods that are encouraged by the dietary guidelines for Americans. Another one is to increase the proportion of adults who engage in aerobic physical activity for at least moderate intensity for 150 minutes per week at least. More would be beneficial, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity activity. Or if you want to combine those two, that's great. And then the third Healthy People objective is to increase the proportion of trips of 1 mile or less made by walking adults aged 18 years and older. So those are different objectives that I'm going to hit today that I want to bring to your attention before we start the presentation. So basically, since I'm going to be talking about nutrition, we're first going to be doing a nutrition review, and I have outlined different type of calories, cholesterol, carbohydrates, and protein, and saturated fat that individuals should be hitting each day, their maximum amount. And I have taken some of these and made them for males and females. So for example, for females, if you're age 31 to 50, you should be having 200,000 calories if you're moderately active. And then for males, 31 to 50, you should be having 2,400 to 2,060 calories per day if you're moderately active. And if you're going over the calories, then that can lead to increase of fat buildup, obesity. So then I also said for the American Heart Association, they said that 13 grams saturated fat per day is what males and females should be having. 225 to 325 grams of carbohydrates per day are what males and females should be having. And then for the average man, they should be having 56 grams of protein, and then the average woman should be having 46 grams of protein. So basically, you can take these numbers and you can look at how many calories you're having a day. You can look at the foods that you're eating, look at how many saturated fats you're having per day, how much protein you should be having. Because I know definitely for a girl, it is kind of hard sometimes to make sure that you're hitting that amount of protein you should be having per day, that amount of carbohydrates you should be having, especially when you're on the go and you're a teacher and you're working 9 to 3 every day. It's really hard to come up with a meal during your short lunch period of only 30 minutes and being able to eat the proper amount of calories and carbohydrates and protein. So I'm here today to help you come up with an easier way to meet these goals. So in my presentation, I basically took just restaurants near Pine Bush Elementary School. And when I spoke to some teachers, they told me a lot about like Subway and McDonald's and Pizza Plus. And these are some restaurants in the Pine Bush district that teachers are going and getting during the day that I'm going to take some foods or popular foods that a lot of people eat from their menus and condense them into what is the healthiest options to eat. So for Subway, I said that I gave an option of meatball marinara, classic tuna, steak and cheese, chicken and bacon ranch melt, Italian BMT, and sweet onion chicken teriyaki. So then I'm going to be just taking these and these foods and putting them into like carbohydrates, calories, protein, saturated fats, and cholesterol. And then I'm going to be telling you what is the healthiest options and how you can combine foods too. So then for Pizza Plus, I chose cheeseburger, 4-cheese deep dish pan pizza, cheese ravioli, chicken Caesar wrap, and chicken caprese salad. So I'm going to do the same thing with Pizza Plus's menu options also. And then for McDonald's, I chose a ranch chicken snack wrap, an egg McMuffin, a 4-piece chicken McNugget, double cheeseburger, small fries, and a Big Mac. So for the first restaurant, Subway, I broke down each individual item by calories, saturated fat, cholesterol, carbohydrates, and protein. So if you look on the screen, a meatball marinara has 480 calories, 7 grams saturated fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 60 grams of carbohydrates, 21 grams of protein. And I'm not going to go through every single one of them. You can go through it yourself, but then you know what? And then we'll also do classic tuna, 450 calories, 4.5 grams saturated fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 38 grams carbohydrate, 19 grams of protein. Steak and cheese sandwich has 340 calories, 4.5 grams saturated fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 49 grams carbohydrates, and 23 grams of protein. A chicken bacon ranch meal has 540 calories, 10 grams saturated fat, 100 milligrams of cholesterol, and as you can tell, that one so far has the highest amount of cholesterol, 41 grams of carbohydrates, 36 grams of protein, but also the chicken bacon ranch meal has the most amount of protein so far. So for an Italian BMT, there's 380 calories, that so far one of the lowest amount of calories, 6 grams saturated fat, but a little bit higher on the saturated fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, also as high as steak and cheese, 40 grams of carbohydrates, and 19 grams of protein, so not as much protein. And then sweet onion chicken teriyaki is 330 calories, 1 gram of saturated fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 52 grams of carbohydrate, and 25 grams of protein. Okay, now for the next restaurant, we did Pizza Plus. So I broke down their menu options also by calories, carbohydrates, saturated fats, proteins, and cholesterol. So for the chicken capri salad is 275 calories, 8.5 grams carbohydrates, 4 grams saturated fat, 33.7 grams of protein, 101 milligrams of cholesterol. So a little bit more on the cholesterol, but up there on the protein. 4 cheese deep dish pan pizzas, 430 calories. So a lot more calories than the chicken capri salad. 40 grams carbohydrates, also more than the chicken capri salad, 8 grams saturated fat, 19 grams of protein, not as much protein as a salad, and 30 milligrams of cholesterol, but not as much cholesterol. Cheese ravioli is 820 calories, so that is definitely up there. 32 grams of carbohydrates, 16 grams saturated fat, 54 grams protein, 75 milligrams of cholesterol, so also up there on cholesterol too. The chicken Caesar wrap is 750 calories, so also chicken, that one has a decent amount of calories also compared to the pizza and the chicken capri salad. 55 grams carbohydrate, 9 grams saturated fat, 44 grams protein, 105 milligrams cholesterol. And then the cheeseburger has 343 calories, so not as bad as the chicken Caesar wrap and cheese ravioli. 32 grams carbohydrate, 16.4 grams saturated fat, 17 grams protein, 41 milligrams cholesterol. And then I also included on the cheeseburger the different calories and grams of fat for the different cheese. So American's is 94 calories, 7 grams of fat. Cheddar is 114 calories, 9 grams of fat. Pepper Jack is 106 calories, 9 grams of fat. Mozzarella cheese, 85 calories, 6 grams of fat. So in my opinion, mozzarella cheese would be the best to go with the cheeseburger if you're going to get that, because least amount of calories and also least amount of fat. So now for the third nutritional facts for McDonald's. So I broke down the ranch snack wrap, 300 calories, 4.5 grams saturated fat, 65 milligrams of cholesterol, 25 grams carbohydrate, and 31 grams of protein. Egg McMuffin has 300 calories, same as the ranch snack wrap, 6 grams saturated fat, 245 milligrams of cholesterol. So that's definitely up there, but that makes sense because there's eggs in it. 30 grams carbohydrate and 17 grams of protein. The double cheeseburger is 440 calories, 11 grams saturated fat, 80 milligrams cholesterol, 34 grams carbohydrates, and 25 grams of protein. 4-piece chicken McNugget, 220 calories. So the least amount of calories so far, but you're also only getting 4 pieces of chicken nuggets. 2 grams saturated fat, 30 milligrams cholesterol, 16 grams carbohydrates, and 10 grams protein. Small fries, 220 calories, so as much as the 4-piece. 1.5 grams saturated fat, no cholesterol, 29 grams of carbohydrates, and 3 grams of protein. So low on protein. Big Mac, 540 calories. So the most amount of calories in a Big Mac, but that would make sense because you're getting so much more in a Big Mac. 10 grams saturated fat, 80 milligrams cholesterol, 46 grams carbohydrates, and 25 grams protein. And I got these all from the McDonald's website. So basically now we're going to have a new and improved menu for each eatery option. So I'm basically going to take the nutrition facts and I'm going to just go over with you what options that I have given you from these menus would be the healthiest to choose.